welcome back to our lonesome channel.
Lonesome channel?
Yeah, because we haven't been consistent. So you guys, it is what it is. Life has been left and right. A lot has been going on in this world of ours. In our personal life. I mean, we're talking about like back in February, because that's probably when we had our last video. So we've actually filmed multiple videos, but we don't end up having like an outro for it. Se nos va el coco, and like this dementia's hitting real hard lately.
I just feel like we just because you know, like April said, we have filmed, like we recorded.
Yeah, like we recorded on Valentine's Day. Remember?
Yeah.
We recorded like a week or two ago, and I don't know. It's just a lot been going on. A lot that has been going on. So I guess first and foremost, let's talk about the biggest thing.
A little update on what we've been doing before we get to it.
Okay. Rewind. Okay, so
we've been preparing for Hyatt's birthday.
Since the beginning of the year.
It's not a sponsored video, QT, but if you guys
want to sponsor us, that's
cool. But so we've been, you know, this actually, well,
where are you turning? Where you left, right?
I'm gonna get on the freeway.
You can't get on the freeway here?
Left, yeah. I can get.
Watch out, there's a car coming.
I can turn right away. So we've been really like, we started early. This with Hyatt, we started preparing early. You know, buying stuff. You know, just so that way at the end of the day, it wasn't going to be as stressful as all the years that we were actually throwing parties for Liam. Because I feel like for Liam, we didn't wait for the last minute, but it kind of like everything at the end of the day, like a week before, como que se nos hizo pile up, like.
Yeah, and we never wait last minute. We never wait last
don't.
minute, but I feel like maybe the last month we always get everything, and se nos acumula mucho, and you end up spending a lot of money. Especially, I feel like, I don't know if other cultures, but I feel like when you're Mexican, Hispanic, we take parties super seriously, and we always go like overboard. So yeah, that is one thing alone. So we bought a lot of the stuff for the baby's party online because his party theme is safari. So the stores didn't really have what we wanted. So all of the stuff we pretty much got custom made on Etsy or Amazon. And we were gonna make a lot of the stuff, and my sister-in-laws were gonna help me, and my friends. So we got pretty much everything, you guys. Everything but the food, which the food was gonna be made by my mom and my suegra. So let's rewind a couple weeks back. So the coronavirus, you know, started taking place, you know, last year, if I remember correctly. Yeah, last year, but it wasn't here in the United States. Then all of a sudden we started getting cases in the United States, and I honestly did not think it was gonna get this bad. To the point where schools are shutting down. So let's talk about it a little bit. So the coronavirus is a pandemic, and I feel like, in, you know, other words, it's a virus or a disease that is new. So when things like this happen, this is something new that we don't have much information on. So the information is literally like pouring in daily. At work, you guys, literally every single day I get a new email or we have new information coming out, and it's stressful sometimes because, you know, you're doing things one way and then you have to change it to do it this way. Yeah, procedure wise, like protocol wise, it's just stressful. So that's just my work life, and then I have to deal with this. We have to deal with this along with everybody else in the world, you know, as regular schmegular individuals. So as everybody knows, you know, there's the school shut down to help prevent the spread of this disease, which we both thought that was probably a good idea, you know, precautionary.
We were like, hopefully, or I wonder what the schools, before they shut down, before they actually announced, we were like, I wonder what, you know, because let's be real, kids, you know, spread a lot of germs. And I'm not saying that because they're nasty
intentionally, not intentionally,
or dirty. It's
they're just kids.
They're kids, and they're curious, and their hands are everywhere, and their mouth is everywhere, and you know, they play around with other kids. So obviously, you know, from the get-go, we agreed with that, and everything was just fine. Like, as far as like, okay, we're cool with them staying home. But you guys, like, it's just
like every day there's
crazy.
something new. Like, you know, when was it? Last week, I think it was last Thursday, they did the whole restaurant and bar shut down, which again, this is good because not only that, when was it? Not long ago, there was like a person that was infected at a club in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
So
I think it's an employee.
An employee or something. You know, which, you know, that's really great of the owner of the club to publicly disclose that, because it's like, hey, just wanted to let you guys know if you were in the club, blah blah blah, you know, and they took precautionary measures and disinfected and stuff. So I know some people are taking this like really serious, and some people are not. So what do you think?
I feel like, well, let me backtrack to what the business is and whatnot, because I feel like a lot of people are against it and a lot of people are with it. So that, by me saying that, I feel like people that have small businesses, local businesses, even startup businesses that they just open, like, it sucks for them, and I totally understand why they would be against it, because you're messing with their money, you know what I mean? Like, you're messing with
their finances.
With their finances, just like all of us that don't have the luxury of being able to work from home and they get laid off, or, you know, like, oh, hey, you know, like, you can't work until this, you know, something like that along the lines where you're out of job, like, it's messing with your finances. So I totally understand, like, their point of view, and you know, when they come out and say, oh, you know, we're still open, I totally get it. But again, it's like, I feel like at the end of the day, we're all humans and we all have to be considerate of others. I think it's not focusing. I'm looking like a ghost.
Pale ghost.
But you know, like, I feel like this is getting really out of hand, and I'll tell you what I mean by out of hand. I feel like people are scaring me more than the actual virus.
Yes. I honestly, okay, so when you work in healthcare, you need to have some kind of humor, because you will go crazy, you guys. Like, honestly, te vuelves loco. So, are you done, babe? Sorry, I didn't.
No, yeah, like, I mean, because you were gonna add on. Right?
Yeah. So I feel like, okay, we've had the flu, we've had plagues, we've had H1N1, we've had a lot of things that have killed a lot more people than this virus. Okay. So yeah, it's not as deadly as other stuff that we've dealt with in the past. But like I was telling Bernardo, I don't like to compare it to the flu and things like that, because the flu has been around for longer periods of time. So my thought is, you know, if right now what they want is just to contain the disease, let's do that. You know what I mean? If you are ill, if you are critically ill, you know, if you start to have, which let me go ahead and just go over like the symptoms real quick. So shortness of breath usually like is one of the really big symptoms, and then you have fevers and like coughs, things like that. And usually, yeah, sore throat. So let's rewind. We are in the flu season still, you guys. The flu season, you know, starts like kind of towards the fall, and then it lingers over to like the spring. So technically we're still in flu season. So a lot of those symptoms are very similar to the flu-like symptoms. When you have the flu, you feel like a car ran over you, and there's nothing you could do, because it's it's a virus. You know, with viruses, any RSV, things like that, you can't treat that virus. Yeah, sometimes doctors will give you antibiotics, antifungals, etc., depending on what exactly is going on from person to person basis. And let's remind ourselves that everybody is different and every situation is handled very differently. So with viruses, you honestly just have to treat the symptoms. And this is what we're doing for the coronavirus, you guys. You treat the symptoms. So if you have a sore throat, you're gonna go with some cough medicine. If you have a fever, you're gonna take some anti-fever medication, Tylenol, ibuprofen, things like that. that's what we're doing. If you are becoming really ill, if you're starting to have really a lot of shortness of breath, if your oxygen levels start to drop, you have to have oxygen therapy. You may have to have breathing treatments, steroids, things like that. But that's only if you start to become critically ill. So right now in the hospital, you guys, and just in general, like, testing is very limited. And that's the thing that's scary, because Arizona doesn't have that many cases, but it's limited. The county, the county is rejecting or approving testing. Not everybody could have this. Like, if you go into the hospital and you're like, hey, I want to get tested for the coronavirus, they'll probably tell you no, because there's limited testing. I don't know what the criteria is exactly, but there's criteria that you have to meet for the county to approve it. And I say I don't know, because every single day at work our protocols and everything change every single day. And we, there's starting to linger, around in hospitals. I know a lot of people that are nurses and aides, and they work in doctors' offices, that a lot of people are coming in. I work in a hospital too. A lot of people are coming in that are trying to have, like, rule out testing, and that's just what it is. Now they're starting to triage outside to kind of try to prevent people from coming into the emergency department, if the needs if the needs aren't, like, oh, it's probably just a sore throat or a cough. But the thing that scares me is we only have a few cases, or not a few. I think last I heard 68 or something like that, and we had our first death in Arizona. But the reason why we probably have so little cases is because we're not having enough testing done. So it's just a lot, you guys. It's really overwhelming sometimes, especially if you work in healthcare. I feel like I literally tell Bernardo all the time, like, hey, we were doing this, but now we're doing this. And then to top it off, now we don't have, we have a shortage of protective equipment. So that means, people that don't need masks are buying masks, or are getting masks, or have, like, stocked up on masks. Whereas, when you work in a hospital or a clinic, you need a mask because you may be dealing with a patient with the flu, and then I'm gonna go into another room and I could possibly infect that patient because I don't have a mask to protect myself. So that's kind of scary, because it just doesn't have to do with the corona. It has to do with tuberculosis patients. It has to do with flu. It has to do with all kinds of respiratory illnesses. So it's very political, and I could honestly, like, have a huge long video on this, but that's just my thoughts. I have small children. My fear is coming home, infecting my family, my parents, my kids, Bernardo. Like, it's just, that's the scary part about it. And honestly, right now, how work is going, it's like, we're busy, we're slow, we're busy, we're slow. So it's just a lot to take in. And we honestly just have to take it in, or deal with things like this day by day. But my recommendation as a nurse and as a regular person is just stay home, you guys. Like, if you don't have to be out, stay home. Don't be around people. We literally canceled Hal's party. That's what we were getting into. We literally canceled Hal's party. And if you guys know, and if you guys are Hispanic, or just in general, like, first birthday parties are huge when your kid is turning 1. And then to top it off, if you're baptizing them, which we are, that's even bigger. So we literally just decided.
We literally went through all that, like getting all his stuff prepared,
ready,
dealing with the churches and all that, and then
classes,
to at the end of the day to
cancel
it. Which, yeah, we're bummed and sad about it, but again, like I said, it's people, just be considerate of others, like.
And that's what it was.
If we didn't care, we would have said, F
YOLO.
It, we're still gonna do it,
And we didn't even, we weren't the ones that thought about it. We're like, maybe it'll simmer down a little bit. But then my mom and his mom started to, like, tell us, and we're like, you know what, like, let's just hopefully we'll be able to reschedule in a couple months. And it sucks that it won't be right on his birthday, but it is what it is. Gracias a Dios, we're healthy and everything. So unfortunately, his party's postponed, And then you guys, my birthday is April 19th, and last year my birthday was, you know, I had just had Jael, and then, you know, this is a little personal, but I never had like the baby, like postpartum after I had my kids, or really the baby blues. But I, like last year for my birthday, I was kind of bummed out because, you know, you do go through a lot of changes, and maybe you could call it the baby blues, but I feel like it was just that scenario really, where I just didn't want to do anything because I didn't feel like myself for my birthday. So we just ended up like not doing anything for my birthday, and I was really upset, and I feel like Bernardo was upset because he's always really good at planning stuff and like surprising me, but I just didn't want to do anything, and it sucked. So I was like, oh, maybe this year for my birthday we could do something and blah blah blah. But here we are, coronavirus epidemic. So yeah, I don't know, it's a lot, it's overwhelming, it's crazy. Liam, pobrecito, he's like, what do you feel? Let's just ask him. You feel good?
Feels good.
Do you miss school? Yeah?
Yeah. So we live nearby his school, like legit, like maybe a 5-minute walk now.
Yeah.
And we went on a walk last night. And he's like, look at Papi and Mami, that's my school. And like he misses it. He misses it. And we always ask him, you know, like, do you miss your friends or your teacher? And he's like, yeah, I miss my friends. And he names them out. And it just sucks, you know, because you know, it's like you're messing
with our everyday routine.
Yeah, routine, and then, you know, then he, you know, like losing education and, you know, stuff that you know, they're learning to prepare to go up to a next grade. It just sucks.
And then as parents, you know, you're over here trying to be a teacher, which, dude, freaking kudos to teachers. Like, I respect them on an entire different level, because you're over here trying to figure out what to teach them, how to keep them entertained, how to make sure that they're not bored and
you
stuff.
You have to be like really creative.
On top of being a parent, and then on top of doing regular house chores or, you know, things like that. So we're trying to get creative. Oh, you guys, I also forgot to tell you guys ways of like spreading the coronavirus. Just FYI, we said to like self-quarantine and things like that. Wash your hands, cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. Which I know we're eating with our hands right now, but your girl is prepared. I honestly,
sanitizers, hand sanitizers.
Yeah, which honestly, you guys, Bernardo and I, we always have hand sanitizers in the cars or in our bag, my bag or the baby's bag, and we've always been really clean.
Oh yeah, like,
but
our kids, like, even Liam, like, he's always like, if he gets dirty or
he'll wash his
dirty,
hands.
He'll go wash his hands, or he'll be like, Papi, look, and like, you know, we clean him up. So, you know, yeah, just you know, like, be clean, wash your hands every like 5-20 minutes, like
anytime
legit,
you're
like,
out, you know, like,
tampoco,
you know, like, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh my god, wash your hands, hand sanitizers, everything sold out. It's like, you guys weren't doing this before. Like, you should have been doing this a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, be precautious and wash your hands. Like, the flu was already out, you know what I mean? And then let's talk about the whole like shortage of everything. You guys, like, honestly,
that's what I was gonna get at when I said, you know, people are scaring me. And
yeah, the people, like, yeah, honestly, we don't watch the news. Social media is driving me crazy, and
but
like,
I feel like our age, millenniums, like, social media is our news. Like, our parents, the news was turn on
the TV,
Telemundo, or Univision 33, you know, like, that was their news. We don't like to watch those news, because I feel like, personally, for me and for April, I feel like every single time we watch the news, there's something bad happening every single day.
But not just right now. We never watch the news.
Even before. So I feel like, you know, obviously, you know, we're all on our phones and we all have social media, so you know, we watch World Star, oh, this pops up, and I feel like that's our news. So it's just, people are just going crazy.
Like, yes, you guys, this is a new virus. Yeah, like, there's so many times that the world was supposed to end. We were talking about it too. Like, there's so many times that the world was gonna end, you know, go buy a trillion things. You guys, please, I repeat, listen to me. You do not need to hoard. You do not need to like stock up for months and years. No.
I know
You do not need to hoard. You do not need to like stock up for months and years. No.
I know they said that
2 weeks. 2 weeks, you guys. 2 weeks, maybe even a month. Buy what you need, not what you're not gonna use. Don't buy 10 packs of toilet paper. Don't buy all the groceries. Buy what you're gonna be using, you guys. This is so sad. Like, we have not been able to find a box of freaking wipes.
Even people that, like adults that
or fighting over yeah, or like fighting over stuff. Like, don't do that, you guys. Be considerate of others. Like, during hard times like these is when we really truly see each other's like true colors. Yeah, and then the whole thing last night when we literally turned on the TV for like 2 seconds, the ammo. People are buying ridiculous amount of ammo or like guns. Is it what you're gonna shoot people?
I know, and they interviewed this guy, right, at the store, asking him like, hey, what do you think? Like, why are you like out here buying guns and ammos? And he's like, I forget exactly how he said it, but he's like I'm scared, and you know, and there's people out here going crazy for toilet paper, and I'm like
that he has to protect his family.
So you're telling me that if someone comes up to you and takes your toilet paper, last paper or the toilet paper or paper towels,
you're gonna shoot him.
You're gonna shoot this guy? Like, I don't know.
This is literally crazy. Like how people react to situations like this. You guys, I went to Costco one time. And that was the last time. And I, of course, didn't find what I was looking for. I had to go like on the other side of town to find wipes. My coworker, you know, was nice enough to go get me eggs near her house. Things like that, you guys. Like, the stores are empty. And this is because people are becoming selfish and arrogant.
I wish, sorry, babe, to interrupt. I wish people were like that. Like, you know how your coworker, like, I wish people would reach out to people that, like, for example, like,
which
you know you don't need wipes, but you know that your coworker needs wipes. Like, oh, let me hit her up and say, hey, have you had wipes? Like, see that like us getting together, like uniting, like that's the
humane.
best thing.
Like, that's so humane, you know. Like my other coworker, she told me about another coworker that had extra wipes. Or Jasmine, you know, I was texting my friend and she was like, you know, if I find wipes, I'll get some for you. You know, like that's like, that just reassures you how thankful you should be for people like this. And like, all we ask you guys is be kind, be considerate, be thoughtful. Like, there's older people that can't even go to the store because they're afraid of these young crazy psychopaths. They had to, you know, going into stores and like running them over. So yeah, thank God, like, they were able to start opening a few stores like Target and Bashas', I think, Walmart, for the elderly population to get necessities. Like, you guys, honestly, what you need, like we said, is like 2 week to a month supply of necessities, foods, canned food, you know, things like that, milk, eggs, toilet paper. Literally, like, a pack at Costco lasts us like 3 months. So I don't understand why people were having like a frenzy over toilet paper. Paper towels, a pack of paper towels, diapers, you guys, wipes. That I understand a lot of people use baby wipes that aren't babies, but you guys, like, babies need wipes. Like, they don't have any other alternative, you know.
You're gonna mess up your toilet. Like, it's gonna get,
which hopefully, if you're being a mañoso, which, you know, if you're being a mañoso, not, I'd never wish any people ill intentions, you guys, but God repays and he teaches you lessons in all kinds of forms. So just remember,
in other words, karma's a biatch.
Kind of, yeah. So you guys, just be kind, be nice, like, treat each other with respect, support your local businesses, you guys, for takeout. Yes, everybody that you know that has a local business, support them, you guys. Support each other. To McDonald's, that's cool. But yeah, you guys, just support one another, your local businesses, each other. And like we said, there's a lot that we could talk about, but I mean, it's already like half an hour that we've been talking about.
It's just a lot, you know, and sorry to
elongate it.
And I just feel like maybe you guys, we all need to get educated on this.
Yeah, go to the CDC. Go to the CDC.
Just so you guys can know, like, because obviously, you know, again, social media, the news will will say a bunch of shit, and a lot of stuff is just lies. So I feel like maybe you just
My cute little dad.
maybe you just need to get
What's up?
¿Qué andan haciendo?
un videíto.
¿Cómo está?
Un videíto.
Aquí nomás.
Okay.
Ando tapando atrás.
So we just got to my mom's house and
¿Cómo va el coronavirus?
talk to you
Ay,
guys
anda,
in a little bit.
jodido, puro pedo, muchacho.
Tenemos que cortarle las alas, pero para ponerlos aquí que anden. Pero para eso tiene que taparlos con papá.
Hi. Can you explain what's going on?
I can't believe my mom just... Yo pensé que nada, ya no entiendo. Oh, hell no. Hey, vente para acá, cabrones. Vente, vente. 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 Ve como que flojo el cabrón, como que no quiere. El diablo.
Se cansa.
Max is like, why aren't you walking, brother? Quarantine things?
No, not yet, dog. Not yet, not yet.
Me gusta la mala vida.
No, no, no pelee.
El muy barbero. Peluquero.
Barbero. What if I cut it like through?
Do
throw
funny
zero?
something first.
A zero.
Do it like Max. Do it like Max. Like you do your hair like this. Like Max.
A little JROTC moment.
This will work.
So you guys, we are home. We went to El Rancho Market to get
What do you say we go for a little spin?
zone and a root. So we went to Bájale. So you guys, we went to Ranch Market to go get verdura and fruit, and that was successful. Then we went to the carne section and there was nothing, which that's what we thought was gonna happen. So we literally just got bistec de res and carne molida to make albóndigas, and then we'll kind of just take it day by day, because that's what I feel we've been doing. ¿Qué dices tú?
Damn, and April, is it dying? No. Why is it red? Is it dying?
It's recording.
Okay. No, on the bottom. Anyways, Liam and April made some sugar cookies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they is fire. This is like my 7th one. I'm kidding.
Ay, por eso estamos como estamos. Dang, like I never thought my ojeras were this bad until I became a nurse. TBH. Okay, you guys, so we're actually gonna do a sit-down video. We're gonna probably get Liam ready for bed. Hyde's already asleep. He's gonna wake up though, because he didn't nap. And we're gonna talk about something. We're gonna do a sit-down video. I'll probably make elotes, so it could be like mukbang.
Just cut it for my third video.
Why?
Because the sit-down video will be for another video. Completely different. That's
Yeah, but that's fine. That doesn't matter. Bernardo swears, like he swears, like
Cut it.
no, I'm not gonna cut it.
Being
I'm gonna put it
serious.
in. No, I'm being serious. You're not a better YouTuber than I am.
I'm being serious.
Okay, you guys. So we're probably gonna go ahead and cut it here. Hal has a photo shoot tomorrow for his first birthday that we're gonna go to at 12 o'clock. So we have to wake up maybe like at 8 o'clock or so and get ready because we have to go pick up his smash cake and then head over to the photo shoot. And my guns be looking good even though the gym closed or whatever. I'm really veiny too. Look at that. So yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you guys so much for watching and for keeping up with us, although we haven't been posting. We're not gonna promise, but because we always promise.
No,
we're just gonna try. Now that we're quarantina, we can't go out, we can't do anything but sit on our booties and eat and just eat. We're gonna go ahead.
Speak for yourself, boo. I'm working out.
We're gonna go ahead and start recording. Maybe just making, like April, making some, like, I don't know, cooking videos. Or...
Yeah, which I want to make ceviche. I was gonna make ceviche today, but my suegra had made pozole, so we're full. We'll probably make it tomorrow.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go ahead and make a TikTok account, right?
Yeah, because we're bored.
Yeah, so we're gonna start making videos. So make sure you guys are following us on our social media so we can be posting on. You guys can check us out.
I look like a freaking.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, like April mentioned, tomorrow.
You'd love to repeat
so we're gonna go ahead and try to vlog that.
Shut up.
Anyways, I'm just kidding.
But you always alargar anything.
Anyways.
Literally, you guys, Bernardo can be telling a story that's 2 seconds and he'll make it 2 hours.
Yeah, you gotta make it juicy. Ain't nobody trying to, oh, let me tell you a story and then done.
So there's no long story short ever for you.
No. Those aren't interesting.
Alright, so we'll see you guys in our next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we're still gonna do that 500
yes.
subscriber giveaway.
Yes, we
so
have not
stay
forgotten.
tuned.
So once we hit the 500,
we're a woman and a man of our word. So.
Oh, okay. All right, so see you guys on our next video. Again, like, share, and subscribe.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Nos viramos jodidos, fool.